Hi students, now you take this one regarding center of mass. Okay, prove that kinetic energy of system of particles about centroidal frame is equal to kinetic energy of the system of particles about inertial frame minus kinetic energy of system about kinetic energy of center of mass. So we have to prove this. Okay, kinetic energy of system of particles about centroidal frame means with respect to center of mass, that frame is equal to kinetic energy of the system of particles about inertial frame, that is total kinetic energy about inertial frame minus kinetic energy of center of mass. Okay, so we have to prove this. I said kinetic energy depends upon frame of reference. Okay, so here you consider for two particle system. Now we are going to prove this. Okay, for system of particles it will holds good. To prove this, I consider two particles. Solution: to consider two particle system. Consider two particles system of masses m1, m2 moving with velocities v1 and v2 respectively with respect to inertial frame. Okay, I consider two particles of masses m1 and m2 moving with velocities v1 and v2 with respect to inertial frame. So what is velocity of center of mass? Is m1 v1 bar plus m2 v2 bar by m1 plus m2. So this is velocity of center of mass. Okay, so what is the velocity kinetic energy? Okay, so we want kinetic energy total kinetic energy for this system. I take total kinetic energy with respect to inertial frame, half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. This is total kinetic energy with respect to inertial frame. Okay, that is ground frame. or laboratory frame. Inertial frame means that is also called laboratory or laboratory frame. Laboratory frame of reference. That is a frame which is fixed to the laboratory. That is where you are conducting the experiments, events. So total kinetic energy is half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. What is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy of center of mass. Kinetic energy of center of mass is half m1 plus m2. Total mass is m1 plus m2 into velocity of center of mass vcm square. Okay. This is kinetic energy of center of mass. So I want kinetic energy of before going to calculate, I want velocity of this first one with respect to center of mass. So kinetic energy of velocity of first one with respect to center of mass is, what is v1? Velocity of m1 with respect to center of mass, that is given by v1 minus v2, v1 minus vc. Wait, what is vc? Where velocity of center of mass, vc. Okay. What is v2c? Velocity of second one with respect to center of mass. Velocity of m2 with respect to center of mass is v2 bar minus vc bar. Okay. Then what is its kinetic energy? So kinetic energy of the system of the particles about inertial frame. We want the kinetic energy of the system of particles about centroidal frame. Okay. So I want kinetic energy of the system about centroidal frame, that is about center of mass. Okay. So kinetic energy of the system about centroidal frame is that is equal to half m1, this is v1 bar minus vc bar whole square plus half m2 v2 bar minus vc bar whole square. Okay. That is half m1, you expand it. Okay. A minus b whole square. What you will get? A square plus b square minus 2 a1 a2 v1 bar v2 bar, between them dot product v1 v2 plus half m2 v2 bar v2 square plus vc square minus 2 v2 vc. Okay. So that is half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square, that is half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. Okay. I will take this one, and here half m1 vc square, half m2 vc square, you take it as common vc square. So you will get plus half m1 plus m2 into vc square. Okay. Then half m1 into 2 v1 dot vt dot. So 2 get cancelled, you will get minus m1 v1 dot vc. Here you will get minus m2 V2 dot Vc. So in that you take it as common, you take it as Vc as common, so you will get 2 to get cancelled, you will get plus you will get Vc, you take it as common, you will get here is M1 V1 M1 V1 plus, I take it as minus as common, M1 V1 plus M2 V2 M2 V2 by M1, here you will get okay, that is into dot Vc bar. Okay, you will get this dot Vc. Okay, so this one you can be written as, see, half M1 V1 bar plus M2 V2 bar can be written as from the equation 1. This is from equation, this is, I call it as equation 1. I am using this. So from equation 1 we will get M1 V1 plus M2 V2 bar can be equal to M1 plus M2 of Vc bar. So instead of this M1 plus M2 V2, I can write M1 plus M2 of Vc into Vc dot. So I will write, so you will get Vc square. So Vc square M1 M2, this is minus 1 unit, this is half unit, you will get minus half. So that is half M1 V1 square plus half M2 V2 square minus this is plus half unit minus 1 minus half unit. So he will get V dot V bar Vc dot Vc, you will get Vc square, you will get Vc square. So this will, here you will get minus 1 unit, minus 1 no, plus half you will get minus half unit, that is M1 plus M2 into Vc square. Okay. So here this is the kinetic energy of the system about centroidal frame is equal to what you will get finally you will get this is kinetic energy of the system about inertial frame this is minus kinetic energy of, this is kinetic energy of center of mass, okay, half M1 plus M2 of Vc square. This is kinetic energy of velocity of center of mass, that is translational kinetic energy of center of mass. What is this? Translational kinetic energy of center of mass. Okay, hence proved. Clear? So hence we proved this one. What is that? Kinetic energy of system of particles about centroidal frame is equal to kinetic energy of system of particles about inertial frame minus kinetic energy of center of mass. Okay, clear? You take this. Next one. So you take these examples. Two blocks A and B. A and B are joined together, with a compressed spring. Compressed spring. When the system is released, the two blocks appears to move with unequal speeds. In opposite direction. As shown in the figure. Select the incorrect statements. Select the incorrect statements. Okay. A. The center of mass of the system will remain stationary. The COM of the system will remain stationary. B. Mass of the block A is equal to the mass of block B. Okay. C. The center of mass of the system will move towards right. D. It is an impossible physical situation. So we have to answer this question. Okay. So here the diagram is given. What is the diagram? Two blocks A and B. This is block A connected to the spring to the block B. Okay. Placed on a smooth plane. This one It will move with velocity 10 meter second inverse, 10 meter second inverse. It moves with velocity 15 meter second inverse. The K value is 500 Newton meter inverse. Okay. So, two blocks A and B are joined together with a compressed spring. Let it be this spring is compressed initially and released. When the system released, that means when it releases the spring, you compress the two blocks A and B. You compress the spring and release it. So there is no external force acting on the system. So here solution. There is no external force. There is no external force on the system. Since there is no external force, momentum is conserved. So momentum is conserved. So before releasing, center of mass will be at rest. So there is no external force. So momentum is conserved. So the center of mass, so momentum is conserved, and since there is no external force acts on the center of mass, so momentum is conserved, number one, and center of mass will be at rest only, because center of mass will remain stationary because there is no external force. Before releasing, so you release, the center of mass will be at rest only before releasing. So after releasing, the center of mass will be also at rest. So because there is no external force acting on the system, so the center of mass will be remains stationary. Actually that is the correct statement, but here it is, we want to select the incorrect statement. So incorrect means center of mass of the system will move towards the right side, so that is wrong. So incorrect is C. And mass of the block A is equal to mass of the block B, since momentums are conserved. So before releasing, total initial momentum is equal to after momentum. So m1 v1, after releasing m2 v2 is equal to 0, because momentum of center of mass is 0. So initial momentum is 0. So final momentum m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is also 0. So v1 by v2 is equal to minus m2 by m1. That means here the speeds are given. So m1 by m2. So what is the v1 by v2? v1 by v2 is 10 by 15. 10 by 15, that is 2 by 3. So the masses are in the ratio 2:3. So m2 is to m3. So m1 is to m2 is equal to 3:2. Okay, so this one is 3 units, this one is 2 units. So velocities acquired by them is inverse ratio of their masses, because momentum is conserved. Okay, so the ratio of masses is 3:2, but here mass of the block A is equal to mass of the block B. So this is incorrect statement. So it is also incorrect statement. It is more than one option. It is impossible in this physical situation. Why it is not possible? It is possible. Okay, this is also incorrect. So center of mass of the system will remain stationary. That is the only correct statement, but we want incorrect statements. So the answer is B, C, D. So answer is B, C, D options. More than one option. Okay, you take this. Here these together we can consider as also a reduced mass. Suppose you want velocity of center of mass, you can consider as a reduced mass. Velocity of center of mass. So kinetic energy, velocity of center of mass, half k x square. Reduced mass. Masses are in the ratio 3:2. So reduced mass of the system. So I will calculate this units. Instead of these two, you can consider as a single mass. That is called reduced mass. So if you consider, I will introduce the new concept, reduced mass. Reduced mass. What is a reduced mass? Or equivalent mass. Equivalent mass. Frequently we are using this equivalent mass or reduced mass concept in physics. That means instead of two masses, you consider as a single mass. Instead of two particles, consider a single particle. Single particle. Instead of two particle system, instead of two particles, consider a single particle. Okay, that single particle we can call it as reduced mass. So if m1 m2 is the reduced mass is equal to m1 m2 by m1 plus m2. So this is the concept of reduced mass. It is represented with the letter mu. Okay, so reduced mass is here. How much it is reduced mass? Mu is equal to m1 m2. So 3 into 2, 3x into 2x into 3x into 2x by, you will get 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2, that is 3 plus 2 of x, because x is a constant. So this is 6, 3 into 2, 6, 6x, 3 plus 2 is 5, 6 by 5x, where x is a constant, because we don't know the absolute values, we know the ratio of these masses. So the reduced mass of the, suppose it is a 3 kg, this is 2 kg, then reduced mass is 6 by 5 kg. Okay, so here x is a unit, x is a constant unit. Okay, that is, it may be kgs. Okay, so that is reduced mass is 6 by 5 kg. Suppose it is a 3 kg, it is a 2 kg, then reduced mass of this system is it will become 6 by 5 kg. Then if it is k is 500, what is the kinetic energy of the system? Kinetic energy is half m into v square. So I will write, okay, this is called equivalent mass. Remember this one. Okay, this is called reduced mass formula. Next one, Take next problem. So, in which of the following cases center of mass of the rod may be at its center? In which of the following cases center of mass of the rod, COM of the rod may be at its center, may be at its center? Can you say? Question mark. A. The linear mass density continuously decreases. The linear mass density continuously decreases from left to right, from left to right. And B, the linear mass density continuously decreases center of mass continuously decreases, linear mass density continuously increases from left to right. C, the linear mass density decreases from left to right, linear mass density decreases left to right, linear mass density decreases left to right up to center and then increases up to center and then increases. Okay, so that is the option C. Option D, the linear mass density increases from left to right, linear mass density increases left to right up to left to right up to center, then decreases up to center, then decreases. So these are the options. Okay, so what is your answer for this question? How do you answer this? More than one option. So you have more than one option is right answer. So you have to find which option is correct. Linear density of the linear mass density continuously increases from left to right. So linear mass density means mass per unit length is called linear mass density. So it decreases continuously. That means the first one will be like this. It is not, it will be like this. So it is not symmetric. Here mass is more, here mass is less. Per unit length, mass gradually decreases from left to right. From left to right, this linear mass density decreases continuously. So if it is uniform, the center of mass lies at its center. For symmetrical bodies, solution. For symmetrical bodies, COM lies at its geometric center. I said this point, geometric center. Okay, the concept involved is for symmetrical bodies, Center of mass lies at its geometric center, but this is not some uniform symmetric body. So the center of mass lies where mass will be more. It will be lies, if it is the center L by 2, the center of mass lies here, nearer to this heavier mass. Okay. If it is linear mass continuously increases, so reverse that. If it increases like this, linear mass, the center of mass will lies here, center of mass, it lies towards the heavier mass. Okay. So this one is also wrong. Next, center of mass, linear mass density decreases left to right up to center. This is the center, geometric center, and then up to center and then increases. The first decreases, so the mass will be like this. First decreases up to center, then increases. So it will be like this. So it will be like this. So this is the center. So this is the center. Okay. So this is the center. So here left side, right side are symmetric. Okay. So it's the center of mass lies at its center. So here the linear mass density decreases left to right up to center, then increases. So it is symmetrical. So it is right. So this statement is right. C is right. So answer is C is right. A, B are wrong. And D, linear mass density increases left to right up to center, then decreases. So the linear mass density increases. So it will be like this. It increases like this up to center, then decreases uniformly. Okay. So it will be like this. So it is a symmetric, isn't it? First increases, then decreases. So it is also symmetric about geometric center. So center of mass lies at its center. So if it is a symmetric like this, so the center of mass lies at its center of mass. So this is a symmetric one, isn't it? This is the symmetrical body. This is unsymmetry, this is unsymmetry, and even though it is unsymmetry, but it is symmetric about its center. So this one, for this case, center of mass lies at its center. Center of mass of the rod may be at its center. In this case, in this case, in this case, but not in this first two cases. Okay, you take this. Next one. So in today's, I am going to close this center of mass. Tomorrow I am going to start new chapter. Okay. So regarding collisions, we are completed. You take this problem. As shown in the figure, a heavy block of mass 2 kg, there is a pulley. There is a pulley. It will be 2 kg mass, which is at rest on the ground. 2 kg mass on the ground. This is 2.2 meters height. 2 meters, 2.2 meters height. There is a string passed over the pulley. There is another string which is a body of mass 1 kg. This is 1 kg. This length is, from its center, its length is 0.9 meters. 0.9 meters, this height. So, now you see a heavy block of mass 2 kg problem. A heavy block of mass 2 kg, rest on a horizontal surface. Rest on a horizontal surface. Horizontal surface. Okay. And the lighter block of mass 1 kg and the lighter block of mass 1 kg dropped from a height 0.9 meters. At the instant string gets taut. String get taut. That is tight. Taut. Find upward speed. Find the upward speed in meter second inverse of the heavy block. So this is the problem. Okay. So how we can solve this one? Okay. See, a heavy block mass 2 kg. This is a 2 kg mass which is rest on the ground, and it is connected with the help of a string. That string is passed over a pulley, frictionless pulley, and other end this string is folded to what height? 0.9 meters. Other end a mass 1 kg is attached to the string. So, and it is folded. That means the string is loose without any tension. When the string is loose, there will be no tension in the string because it is folded up, and you grip this one. You hold this 1 kg mass and release it. Okay. The mass 1 kg is dropped from height 0.9 meters. So it is dropped. At the instant when the string get tight, find the speed of this mass, upward speed of this mass, 2 kg. That is the problem. See, when it is released, it will falls down with a certain speed, isn't it? So if it is 0.9 and again 0.9 meters, it will falls down because it is folded half. So total height it will falls is 0.9 plus 0.9. So that is 1.8. So it is falling from a height 1.8 meters. 0.9 plus 0.9, 1.8 meters. So it is falling from a height 1.8 meters. So with what velocity it acquires solution? So the velocity acquired by 1 kg mass. 1 kg mass when dropped. So when dropped, V is equal to, we have square root of 2gh. Okay, so 2gh, that is 2, g is, let it be 10, height is 1.8 meters. Okay, so 1.8 into 10, 18, 18 into 2, 16, root 16, 18 into 2, 36. 36, root 36 is 6 meter second inverse. So the velocity of this 1 kg mass, it falls down and immediately the string becomes tight because it exerts certain impulse on the string. That impulse is passed through the string. Okay, that is in the form of tension. Okay, now because of this tension, now the body will lift it up. So now you apply here law of conservation of linear momentum. So change in momentum is equal to before, when the string is tight, it will falls down, it will start rises up. When the string is tight, this 1 kg mass moving down and the 2 kg mass slightly rises up. Okay, so it will rises up. How long it will rises up? Okay, so with when the string is tight, so when string is taut, when the string is taut, so you apply momentum principle. Change in momentum is equal to, impulse is equal to change in momentum. Okay, I am applying that theorem. Impulse is equal to change in momentum. Otherwise, I am applying momentum principle. Apply momentum principle. Okay, we don't want impulse. Apply momentum principle. Okay. So what is momentum? Initial momentum is mv. m1v is equal to m1 plus m2 of v dash. So when the string is tight, both 1 kg and 2 kg have same speed. Okay, so you note down this point. Both 1 kg and 2 kg have same speed when the string is taut. So you apply this one, you separate this point. Okay, when the string is taut, both 1 kg and 2 kg have same speed. So I am applying momentum principle. Initial momentum, this momentum is m1v. Here internal forces is the string. So at that instant of time, internal forces is T only, tension in the string. So m1 v1 is m1. m1 is, this is 1 kg, its momentum, change in momentum is 1 into v. So v is 6 is equal to m1 plus m2. So this is 2 kg, 1 kg. So total mass is 1 plus 2, 3 kg into v dash. V dash is the common speed, upward speed acquired by this 2 kg mass. So it is v dash is equal to, this is 6 by 3, 2. So it is 2 meter second inverse. So when it is falls down suddenly, it drops, the string tight, and it is lifted up at that instant of time. It lifted up with what speed? 2 meter second inverse upwards. So it has velocity up, it has velocity down. So this 1 kg mass, it is moving down with what velocity? 2 meter second inverse. It is rising 2 meter second inverse.